Good evening, friends. We have something. Ooh, I really like that background, Zoe. Sorry, folks. It's my first time seeing it on stream so far. Welcome to a very special edition of Corporate Crash Course, where we're playing another indie RPG from a designer that has kindly reached out to us to see what we think and to put some content out there for them. We love supporting the community, which is why we're playing a creepy horror game very far outside of the realm of Halloween. But that's fine. Horrors for all times of the year, I guess. My name is Cody, and I will be running the game tonight as we play Unburied, which is a game from Calenmir's RPGs. We will put all of their links up at some point where you can find their RPGs on their itch and drive through RPGs. And I'm joined by my lovely friends tonight, as always. So I guess I don't know, Nick, you're first.
I'm Nick, and I'm going to be playing Abe Grant in Unburied.
Mike.
Oh, well, I'm Mike. Tonight I'm playing Ike.
Very original. Zoe.
Tonight I'll be playing Danielle Tanner.
And Chris.
I'm Chris. I'm playing Danielle's father, Danny Tanner. And even though the group's already figured out, I leave it to the audience to guess which character I'm referencing this time.
No hints.
Oh.
Chat, if you figure it out, don't spoil it for the rest of us, okay? They all figured it out. I still haven't, and they're not telling me, and it's bugging me, and please help, my friends are abusive. Just kidding. I'm not putting that out on the internet here.
It's too late. It's out there.
Great.
You said it.
Oops. Anyway, let's talk about this lovely game which we are playing tonight called Unburied. Unburied is a game in the style of typical kind of zombie survival horror. Very, very light rule set. When Julia reached out to us and sent it over, it's like 5 pages of rules.
You read.
Yep. Very easy read. A lot of room to play, which is really cool. I mean, the only real background to, I guess, give the audience in it is that the setting is kind of meant to exist after a zombie apocalypse. Obviously, it's the event known as the Unburied, and the dead are coming back to life in various forms. People are trying to survive, and everybody has survived kind of the unburial event through different means. Our group has kind of come up with a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of a kind of relationship situation, and we're gonna just kind of see how everybody survives. Because why not? The name of the game, I guess. So, does anybody have any questions or want to make any comments before we potentially dive in?
I mean, the only thing I'd say is what I liked about setting up the character was the method of survival is kind of a mechanical thing, and I think it's a cool way to build a character because while it's not a lot to read, it is a good kind of way to start building your character. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, then, do you guys want to go through your characters a little bit? Just give kind of very high level how everybody's related or not in Mike's case.
Or not? Do we know he's not related?
Does
like
he know that?
Maybe Mike should start.
Breezed in. Well, good old Ike doesn't have a plan. He just kind of drifts through life. After the unburial, he found that everything just sort of worked out for him as he went along. Um, being attacked by an undead, he happens to find a weapon lying on the ground, or maybe someone else comes and saves him. Just everything always turns up roses for Ike.
Fair
He is
enough.
very lucky, is his talent.
Fair enough.
So
Okay.
going back to Ike, sorry if I missed it when Sam was walking in, but are you a friend or a relative?
I like to think Ike just kind of showed up. He just ended up in the right place at the right time.
Knocked at the door and we just let you in the junkyard, and we're like, why not?
We welcomed him with open arms, and he just became family.
He's just so lucky.
I was trying to fix something, and he just walked up with exactly the part
With
I
the
needed.
tool, absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
So speaking of that context, Abe is middle-aged scrapyard owner whose main method of survival is improvisation. Abe figures it out when he needs to.
Of course.
And his brother-in-law.
Segue.
So anyway, his loving brother-in-law, Danny Tanner, a widowed father who used to be a sportscaster in San Francisco. Just doing everything he can, mainly through compassion is his thing. Looking to, get through life, make sure his daughter is alive well, and also helps out with his brother-in-law there.
Excellent.
I've got Danielle, Danny's daughter, even though he wished he had a son. He's been surviving by the means of pretending she's not there.
So yes, we have a group of 4 of you living in a junkyard. Nick, since it's your character's livelihood, tell us about the junkyard.
It's a little improvised. He kind of started it with one piece of land and maybe a barn that he got kind of cheap, and then as the gas station a little down the road went up for sale, he might have bought that, and just kind of expanded. So there's kind of piles all over the place. But there's like at one point he picked up like a really nice RV and decided to just park it kind of in beside the barn, and that's one of the...
Wow, so you're really going Walking Dead. Okay. I mean, legally distinct property, zombie property.
There's a lot of RVs. Yeah, but it's he's got... It's tough to tell which pile is scrap and which pile is something that he had an idea for and started putting together. There's a lot of no, don't touch that when everybody else moves in for the first little while.
So it's quite an extensive property.
Does your junkyard have like a building with rooms and stuff in it, or are we sleeping in like broken down cars and RVs?
I assume we've put something together since the unburial, but the main structure was the barn.
Some kind of mean
So
too.
it's a barn with additions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Improvised additions.
You could build rooms in the barn, and it'd be pretty. I'd say it'd be pretty cozy.
I mean, really, anything can be a place to sleep if you try hard enough.
Yeah, but I imagine
It all
like,
works out. In the
you'd
end.
probably have to build the rooms in the barn off the floor because that's where all the junk stays. And
Mm.
Oh yeah.
like, there's free real estate up top.
So lofts
Bench,
everywhere.
just the bench seat from a
If-
broken down truck.
If you move anything, it might take a day or two, but after that day or two, Abe is just on a warpath. I know I left that there. Who moved it?
He needs this very obscure item that he thought he placed exactly in this one spot that happens
Yeah.
to not be there anymore.
Look, that
he-
tire iron needed to stay on the stairs. You didn't need to move it. Don't care if it's a tripping hazard. Look where you're walking.
I know 3 weeks ago there was a wrench under this pile of nails between this.
That's where the 8mm goes. I mean,
Oh god. Oh god. My bag of sand that I've precariously put on this bunch of nails, and the wrench was underneath it, and I needed the wrench, and
Now
so
I'm down 1 grain of sand.
that means that everybody has license to build their own room in the barn.
Mm.
that's pretty cool.
I
I'd say that's pretty cool.
definitely sleeps in a burnt out car out back.
That's all right.
Something soft will turn up to lay on or warm to wrap in.
So then, wait, is Ike known on the property? Like, you guys have already found him sleeping in a car before, or is this a new
The
occurrence?
tool that Abe needed, remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just
And
around when he's
never
needed.
left ever since.
I'm imagining a sequence where, Ike's asleep in this car, Abe's like moving it over to the crusher, it gets in the crusher, starts crushing down, Ike wakes up, gets out of the car, stretches, car goes flat.
Oops.
That sounds like Ike. Boy, that was lucky.
So, I'm imagining quite a property then at this point, right?
Yeah.
Sizable property. Is the property fenced in?
Junkyard's
The-
gotta be.
Yeah.
Fuck with zombie apocalypse, like just leaving all your things for stuff to walk up to. Okay.
The main property was probably like like those the self-storage places with the I don't know if it's a 10-foot high chain link with the big
Mhm.
sliding gate.
Fair enough. Okay.
Not sure how I got past the razor wire, but
You're
Well,
lucky.
there was a section down.
Yeah.
Just
Or
by
it's
sheer
quite simple.
chance.
You just get a carpet. You just put it over top and you climb over the fence.
Then there was just a spare bit of barbed wire lying around next to the fence, so I just put that up.
He climbed through the hole and was like, somebody else is going to come through there, and he fixed it.
Exactly.
and then he was like, "Wait, now I'm stuck in here.
Oh well.
Guess I live here now."
Isn't the world just one big fenced-in area anyway? Just moving from one to another. Anyway, cool. Okay, so quite a big property. I'm taking it. We got a fence, which is good. Helps. Obviously, it's a very basic line of defense against zombies and whatnot. Sorry, against walkers. And then I'm imagining.
believe the term is cadavers.
Sure. Cool.
Ashes,
Anyway,
cadavers, rods, and spirits.
yes. So I want to know some more about the junkyard. Mainly, like, how are you guys getting supplies? Do you guys have electricity? What's the setup?
Well, Ike loves going on supply runs. Always seems to find something good.
Yeah, that's why Ike's sticking around. Originally,
Somehow-
before this crew of freeloaders all showed up,
Wow.
Abe was
Shot.
Abe would load up his truck with like scrap and parts and stuff, and travel to some of the nearest settlements, and like fix stuff, and then get resources, whatever, that way. But for electricity, I think we're probably well stocked with gas, and Abe's probably got a generator or two that he can keep running for what they need. But I mean, are we dealing with like, is it like a tropical summer, or is it like it is outside right now, or is it a little more temperate?
Well, I mean, at the moment I'm thinking fairly temperate. Let's not get crazy.
Okay.
Let's ease into this a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you guys are in the kind of northeastern United States, eastern Canada area. It's probably middle of spring, maybe the beginning, the very beginning of summer. So yeah, the weather's pretty nice, pretty temperate. A little bit of rain,
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah, so I
forest.
mean, maybe I started when Ike showed up, brought him on a supply run to try and dump him somewhere, make him somebody else's problem. But
Hey, this engine's still running.
we found this. What did we find, Ike?
How about the
Well,
RV?
Oh, there we go.
Oh. I wanted to say he finds something ridiculous, like a brand new boxed still like mini generator.
Fresh in box.
Yep. He's like,
I
hey,
swear
did
I've
you
I've
do
taken
this?
this before.
I've driven this road like a dozen times. There was never a Costco there before.
He finds it just like against the side of the building, like a piece of sheet metal just like leaned against it.
Sometimes I swear people don't even look around.
Oh god. Yeah, that was a bad run too. You guys lost 2 people to a couple cadavers, Still, you got the generator though.
Wait, did Cody just kill off Chris and I?
Wait, what?
No,
Oh,
this was before.
Yeah, we
Right.
had to make space for you.
okay.
Yeah. Because that's what Nick said. He took Ike out on a run before, to try and get rid of him.
And then they get back, and suddenly his brother-in-law shows up on his doorstep.
Well, that's how you guys got the second RV. So Ike found the first one along with the generator and brought it back, and then you guys showed up with the other RV because everybody in Zombie America drives RVs.
Just out on a family
had
road
our
trip
pick.
and visiting Uncle Abe.
Yeah. Our surprise trip to visit Uncle Abe, that Uncle Abe was the only one that didn't know we were coming.
Well, I want to see how this goes, though. Okay, fine. You guys roll up in the RV, and I don't know. Abe's getting the new generator all set up.
Oh.
Or just checking it out, keeping it prepped in case they ever need a quick switch.
I
And,
envision that Ike is just lying out on the ground, like sunbathing, and the RV pulls up and stops like an inch from his face.
And I'm gonna do the obnoxious thing of just going and just, Abe! Abe!
Well, he did say that there's. I mean, it's gonna have some kind of a rolling door or something to the size of the fence. So I'm assuming he's on the other side of the fence, just like hanging on the horn.
Abe jumps and then he kind of looks over, squints a bit, walks up to the gate.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll open up the gate. First I'll yell, "Hey, Ike, what are you doing outside the fence?"
The sunshine's better out here.
He's on the
I-
only patch of grass.
We're worried about chain link tan lines, eh?
Aren't we all?
You joke, but they're a serious issue. Ruins the
Yep.
whole outfit.
I want to say while he says that, you start noticing it start to get darker. But that's okay. Your brother's now here in an RV.
Brother-in-law, but yes.
Brother-in-law in an RV.
Gotta make that real clear.
As soon as I roll in, I'm gonna get out of the RV. It's like, Abe, how the hell are you? It's been a while. I think since before the whole burial thing that hit the fan.
Yeah, not so much traveling since then.
No, unfortunately not. But got to explore some sites, avoid some cadavers and all that. But felt good. At least I had the kiddo here with me. Speaking of, Junior, I mean, sorry, Danielle, come on out here. Bring out some bags.
Stomp out of the RV. My hands in my hoodie pockets. My Uncle Abe.
Hey Danielle. Abe's kind of switching into like smile and nod mode as he checks out the RV. He's like, head under the wheel well, steps up in.
I like to imagine it's in terrible condition from not being maintained, and Danny just driving it to death.
Yeah, it's like dripping all kinds of fluid out the bottom. Like it like coughs and sputters as he like stops it at the end of the driveway.
I saw my hand on Abe's back. It's like, yeah, she's a sturdy gal. Brought us all the way over here from San Francisco. It's amazing how they build these things. Not expert on repairing them, but still did well. I added some gas and washer fluid, but it's primo stuff.
Have you been in third gear this whole time?
Is that what that was?
Long trip. Did you change the oil?
He's got 3 donuts on it.
Well, I mean, I added some olive oil at one point. I was trying to look for oil, but
As you're standing near the engine, just fire.
That's not what the green fuel cap means, Danny.
oh,
Olive oil, you'd say. Is there any left in there?
Oh god.
It's about the time he put that Italian gas called diesel in it.
oh, it would
It
explain why.
really ran funny a bit after that.
Would explain why me and Danny had to give it a couple pushes just to like get it through.
I love that we've just painted Danny into this like oblivious man when it comes to vehicles.
I just said I was checking it out. I didn't say what kind of condition it was in.
I know.
No, but this is better. This is so much better.
Hey, Danny, mind if I grab the keys? I'll just move it.
As you're
somewhere
saying
safer.
that, you start hearing a bunch of rustling coming from the other kind of side of the road. the forest cover that kind of sits over there, and you start to see some very shambling people, things stepping through. A couple of them are just kind of like, "Oh, is that an RV? Oh yeah, no, it's I'd like to check at that." And so yeah, there are five of these things coming out of the woods, walking towards the RV.
Is my gate
People-
closed?
No.
I don't know. Did you open your gate when the RV got there?
I did open the gate to let him pull in. That was
Okay.
Did we pull in?
I don't know.
Nobody
I
said
assume we
that he
did.
pulled in.
I
I assumed
I
this
thought-
conversation was going on the outside of the open gate.
oh. Oh, I guess we're in quite a
You
pickle
gotta
then.
be specific, guys.
Well, Ike being inside looking for olive oil.
I was
I was just gonna check the ignition real quick and see if the keys happen to be in it.
I don't know. Danny, are the keys still in the ignition?
Left it
I'm
on.
gonna assume Danny's the kind of guy who forgets that the keys are in the ignition a lot.
He's used to a push to start.
Cool. Keys are in the ignition, and since we've stated that this thing currently is running on olive oil and diesel fuel, Mike, if you try to start this thing, I'm gonna make it a challenge. We'll call it a challenge 7.
Oh,
It's really lucky.
Mhm.
Good thing.
All right.
Good thing to talk about then with challenges. So I give the group a number to hit. They roll a d6. Try and tell me how many bonuses they can stack on top of it to make it hit the number. That's pretty much it. There's additional things they can do to re-roll or to add additional d6s. But with a roll of 7, I don't think that's gonna really be necessary. But we'll see. Value of 7.
Looks
Sorry.
suspicious.
What do you think, Mike?
I want to
3.
3. Okay. Well, your challenge is 7. So, what are you? What bonuses are you throwing on there?
Does it cough like? Can I tell that he's starting it? Because I'm outside the RV. Because I want to help, but I need an excuse to help.
Oh, here we go. I feel like at this point I should have a sacrifice.
We're gonna sacrifice already.
Absolutely.
Cool. Do it. Why not?
All right, that brings it to an 8.
Perfect. So, for everybody wondering, a sacrifice means he gets an extra d6, but he's got to tell us what he's sacrificing.
I mean, I feel like it's the RV itself, really. You know, you give it that extra little turn, flood the engine a bit, but we get it through that gate.
And it never starts again.
Yeah.
It never
Yeah.
moves again.
Maybe no
Yeah.
further.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you get it through the gate just as the shambling figures kind of come up and they start to even get hands on the bumper maybe, and they're just like, "Ooh, what year model is this? Ooh, Dreamwagon? Oh, okay." Like,
Man,
come
they really
through
know
the-
what their RBs.
you get it through the gate, and the gate closes, and they come up against the edge, just like, "No, we want to see the motor vehicle."
And there's just this explosion, and something falls off the bottom of the RV.
When it's smoking.
Yeah.
Good news, guys. I got it inside.
Uncle Abe starts seeing all the zip ties under it.
The whole like exhaust is just held up with duct tape.
Which is just melting off now from the heat of what just happened.
We're gonna have to add some new duct tape to that.
It is continuing to get darker, and the 4 of you are starting to find it very hard to breathe.
Oh.
Is this like fog or something?
I think it's the fumes from the RV.
It's most definitely the RV.
That's what y'all think, but then as you look at the fog, you realize you start to see sets of eyes within it.
Oh, maybe we should get inside somewhere.
I think I've got a super soaker in the barn.
Oh.
Okay, everybody's running to the barn, I guess. Cool.
Yep, run.
All right, running into the barn. Who's closing the door?
I'll give it a close this time.
All right, I'm gonna give you 5 just for shits. Let's make you roll again.
All right, got my D6. Let's see what we do. I got a 5.
Perfect. Shut the door. Cuts off even a little bit of the cloud that seems to be following the group of you. And as it kind of cuts off, it falls to the ground, turning into like an ashy gray kind of sand. And yeah, now you all are in the barn. I'm assuming you're gonna start picking out spaces for where you're gonna set up your rooms.
Well, I mean that loft in the corner seemed pretty fine to me. I don't know if anyone's called that yet, but I think I may get that. Junior, I mean Danielle, what are you thinking? And I'm thinking, I mean that spot over there seems pretty good for you. That's just my guess. But you could choose whatever. It's fine. It's all good.
Are you sleeping in the
Is
loft?
there anywhere with a skylight?
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Abe, how well maintained is this barn?
It looks terrible, but it's well maintained. But
Okay.
there's no skylight. That's a liability.
Considering what we just
Barn.
faced.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of picturing it. So I was picturing the barn as kind of like the loft, being fairly open. We could say that there's a floor already on
Yeah.
there, but you guys are gonna have to use whatever stuff you can find to actually make rooms out of it.
Put up blankets.
And you get some haystacks, like make walls. If there are any haystacks.
I don't
Old
think so.
car engines.
Seems
Also a
like something-
liability.
Yeah, Abe would have.
Fair.
They rot. They get
Mm.
insects
Clean them out.
and animals. They're gone.
He
Mm.
doesn't have cows. He has broken down cars.
Bingo.
I mean, there's a pile. I kept a pile out back because sometimes I'll use it to like soak up the oil or something if something spills. But
Let's
Not in
not
here.
bring the oil-soaked hay in the barn.
it smells divine. The loft is pretty clear. There's no. Generally, Abe doesn't want to lug things up there, so there might be like little piles of kind of random stuff in the corners, but mostly it's pretty clear.
I wonder if there's anything to eat around here. I'm gonna go looking for a bag of chips.
Finds an old vending machine fully stocked.
Does the Ponzi thing just hits it and just food comes out?
Gets his chips and a soda.
No, there's no vending machine.
Cody's over it already.
We've already broken Cody.
How? No, that breaks. I'm
He's
okay with
lucky.
breaking some levels of reasonability, but you're telling me a fully stocked vending machine that somehow has power that's gonna just
No, it doesn't
break.
have to have power. He just has to bump it in the way that it drops it.
Oh, fine. Even still, no, that's not been brought up to the loft somehow.
It was there for the cows, but Abe never brought it down.
Exactly. I don't know. Sure, you find a bag of chips, I guess. I don't know what kind of food Ike and Abe and the past two members, or the current two members would have been bringing with them, try and survive. But I guess
Potatoes. Those are basically chips, just a step early.
yeah. I mean, potato chips should last decently, so I think they make sense as a survival resource.
Potatoes definitely do.
Egg's
They
not
grow
open.
quickly and anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Pringles are the most efficient survival. You know,
Yeah.
not a lot of air in there. Packed nice and tight. Probably last
Yeah.
forever. They're already
And then-
basically stale when you open them.
Dad,
Really
did
easy.
you bring the snack bag from the RV in?
That's a good question. Forgot. We have like a good bunch of Slim Jims over there and like some Pringles.
So
May-
I'm gonna say y'all did not. You left the RV in a panic and pulled the RV into the area in a panic and got into the barn in a panic. But I will say, a couple hours later, as kind of, I don't know, you keep watch. The clouds pass and you're able to step back out onto the property and you go get all your stuff. It's okay.
So, Danny, what's why are you visiting? What's happening? What's
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it's kind of a long story. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you got word just before things happened that of course your sister passed, and it's been kind of it's been kind of tough dealing with that, but also dealing with the fact that the undead kind of rising from the graves and not making the situation any easier. So I figured, me and Danielle would take a road trip, kind of see what we could find across the land. Uh, you know, and we figured, hey, we're nearby, so why not visit family? You know, we even got some pictures from the trip. We could if we could probably get a whole slideshow going if we got a working slide machine somewhere like projection. We could make a fun night out of it. It'll be a hoot.
Where is the junkyard in relation to San Francisco?
Oh, other end of the country.
Yeah, he just said we're east. We're like
He's
East
like,
Coast, Northeast.
Yeah, other end
Literal
of the country.
opposite end.
Yeah, we barely just made it with that RV.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
guys
third
were-
RV.
Yeah, you guys were driving for like a week solid to get here.
Mm-hmm. Boy, do we have stories to tell you. The folks we met, some sights we got to see, surviving for our lives. A lot has happened.
He's got a bunch of pictures in the RV of like him like smiling and just me being like,
Come on, you gotta have fun with it, right?
Yeah,
Finally on a road trip. We have an excuse now.
we got to see the world's largest ball of yarn. It was insane.
All right. Well, let me help you with the bags then.
Mm.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it really has been a while.
So I do gotta
"Crazy is
ask.
This is the way that he found out that his sister died."
I was gonna say, Chris, how did your wife die?
I would have to say it was probably just maybe not. It was probably just a case of just like kind of unforeseen illnesses that just happened before everything happened with the
Hmm.
Unburial. Like,
Sounds suspicious.
Probably-
Did you kill her?
no. Again, natural causes.
Unforeseen illness.
Yeah. Natural
Sounds-
causes.
Okay, it sounds worse putting it that way. But yeah, I imagine it was just kind of like only moments after when things start to hit the fan and just, you know, had to kind of survive and book it out of there.
So this is the first I've heard of this.
Basically, like it kind of it brought it up casually.
So casual.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
back
so
when
we
your
showed
sister
up because
died
your
last
sister
week.
died.
Wait a minute. Wait. What's that about my sister? Why? Where is she? Where is she?
Should have been the first question, dude.
Sorry,
What are you
quick
doing
out of
here
moment thing.
without my sister?
Sorry, quick out of the game thing. I like how this has just got this sudden reaction. Like, wait, hold on a second.
Well, I mean, first they rolled up, and then Abe was distracted by this RV and envisioning how he was going to fix it. Then he was distracted by some cadavers. Then he was distracted by some ashes.
Yep.
And
That's
now
fair.
he's finally sinking in, like, hey, my sister's not here.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
I
she's
just love how Danny's telling the story of, like, you know, we had to, like, she died, that we had to pack up and leave real quick, as if it was like, oh yeah, you've been here the whole time, you know what we've been doing.
I imagine that's part of his like coping mechanism. Like, you're just gonna treat it like it's an oral thing. Just move forward with it.
Yeah. Maybe if I say it fast enough, it'll be fine.
uh, all right, Danny, you and Danielle go get comfortable. I'm gonna work on the RV for a minute.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, come on, kiddo. Let's get going. Maybe we can take a look around the junkyard here, see what cool things we could find.
Find in a junkyard.
Hey, you never know what you can find. You can find many neat things. Like look over there. There's some slinkies I see over there. How often do you get to see some slinkies nowadays?
Not a slinky.
Oh,
A bunch of
It's a
springs.
spring.
They're the
got-
shocks to a vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's
Why
got
does
a
this
bunch
not
of
go
car
down the
springs,
stairs?
like sorted by size. Just huge piles.
no wonder they look different.
Oh god. Okay. So well, we've established the homestead. We've established the group. I would say, you know, you guys kind of set up your whole home in the barn. Couple of weeks go by. You kind of get the typical group of cadavers kind of seem to come up and like bang on the fence a little bit, try and like knock the thing down. Not all of them are as appreciative of your RVs as others. I don't know if that means that Abe kind of like hides them out of view because he just gets tired of hearing the whole like, "Ah, so that's an RV. Yeah, that's a real RV over there. Yeah.
Into RVs.
It's the only thing visible from the road.
Just once in a while, like Danny takes appreciation. It's like, if you got to give them something, is they really know their RVs.
Abe's got like a lineup of a dozen classic cars like along the fence,
Yeah.
and he's just hurt that they only pay attention to the RVs.
Oh god. I think that one's a
Danny's
Winnebago.
like,
No,
"You know
no,
how
it's a
much I
wind
got
flyer.
this
It's a
thing
wind
for?"
flyer. You think it sleeps 4 people? No, that one looks like it sleeps 8. Yeah, I think you got the little pull out there on the side. The guy's like finger falls off as it like touches the fence. And yeah, so time kind of keeps going. Maybe even at some point you get like a rot like slops onto the fence and kind of like slightly sloughs through, and that's an annoying process for you guys to kind of clear it out. Eve's got
That's-
like maybe a broom to like push it back through the fence.
If it gets too messy, we'll just bring around some of that hay. You mix it with the motor oil, you won't smell a thing.
But we get
Plus
to a
something.
point where you guys need to make a supply run. Somebody's got to go out.
Ah,
You're getting low on gas for the generator. You've been burning a lot as Danny's been running his all night photo presentations.
I-
Slide
instead
show
of
with the
just
projector.
instead of just doing it all one night, each night is just like a different area where
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
He
Yep.
took
Here's
so
my
many pictures.
here's my 1,000 pictures at the Grand Canyon. Here's my 1,000 pictures in
It-
Nebraska.
He did like rapid fire shots, so there's like 15 photos back to back that look identical, but he still got all of them in the slideshow.
and at least 1 to 3 photos per trip has like a thumb in front of the lens
Yeah.
somehow.
You know, Ike, I bet you if he just played these real fast, it'd be just a movie.
we have one
Yeah.
of those rotoscopes.
Ooh, maybe I'll make one of those tomorrow.
I mean,
Just
if you
imagine
guys,
the slideshow's going and Danny's humming music to the background.
He's like, "Do we have a stereo? Do we have any
no,
anything?"
I got it. I'll do it, no problem. I mean, I figure you guys also probably have TVs, and like again, if you have electricity, then they would work, but there's no service to it or anything. But like, you know,
Maybe there's an
find
emergency
VCR.
broadcast signal.
If you find a DVD player, you know, shit still works.
There's probably like a Cadillac that Abe picked up one time that has like a DVD player in it, or a minivan. Probably more likely a minivan.
Which I assume work. Which I also assume too. Danny brought like maybe like a couple of DVDs that he only managed to get. One of them being Roadhouse, and
One of them's got to be Pluto Nash.
yeah.
One of them's got to be Dumb and Dumber 2.
And he's the only guy that can argue, like, guys, listen, trust me, these are some of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
So underrated.
There's got to be one that Danielle used to watch when she was a kid that Danny still thinks is her favorite.
Well, then in that case, I'm putting my eggs into Paddington 2 because that is definitely, unequivocally, an amazing movie. And yes,
He makes me watch it every Sunday with him.
You guys asked, like, do you have Paddington 1 at least? Not just we have Paddington 2.
There's a Paddington 1?
Ike's explained this to us a dozen times, but I still feel like I'm missing some context here.
How about Ike's just turning into like your therapist?
He keeps him around for someone to talk to. He never responds though.
Ike could be imaginary for all we care. Like,
Yeah. It
That's
just
how
went
he always
crazy
comes out.
after his brother-in-law showed up.
okay, but yes, supply run is needed. You guys need to get some more gas, some more food. We'll say that the town, the local town is, let's say about 15 minutes up the road. So I'm situating you somewhere rural-ish, like I said, kind of in that northeast United States, eastern Canada kind of vibe. And I see it as, let's say there's a smaller town about 15 minutes away, or there's a larger city about 45 minutes away. And I specify that because obviously you have different things at different locations. The town, you know, we'll say normally Abe doesn't really go to as much because the Unburied happened I don't know, an unspecified amount of time ago, but at this point, we'll say 6 months to a year ago ish. So the town is kind of picked pretty clean. The city still got some stuff, maybe a little more treacherous, depending on where you want to head into. But I'm just going to give that to you as is.
Where did we go last time?
Oh, when you found the RV and the generator, that was definitely the city.
Feels like a city trip then. Is that 45 minutes by foot or by vehicle?
By vehicle.
We have gas.
Yeah, your car's got enough gas to get out there, and you've got like obviously you're not making the trip with like your last freaking jerry can of gas for the generator. You've got still a bit, but it's getting to the point where like he wants to go find some because what if if you don't find anything this trip, you need enough time to plan another one, look somewhere else. So you're kind of at that first like we should go see if we can find some.
All right.
Okay, I'll load up a drum. I feel like Abe's probably got a tow truck.
And Ike is definitely just sitting in the front seat of one of the classic cars. Hey, are we going yet?
You want to help me with this barrel?
I suppose so. I will help with the barrel.
Maybe a couple jugs to fill with water if we get any, and then odds and ends. Throw a few things in. Danielle, you probably want to tag along.
Oh, of course. Hey, we'll go make it a fun trip. Get some supplies. I could get more pictures too. I think I still got some juice in this camera, So
Hide the camera.
Is it okay? Is it a digital camera or is it a like film camera?
Polaroid.
Could have sworn I saw some rolls of film lying around here the other day.
Is Danny dark rooming his own photos for the?
yeah. There's one section in that RV that he keeps as a dark room, which is it's also the bathroom.
Don't your room.
Just every time, like once in a while, Danielle needs to use the washroom. Like, oh, just a sec, honey. I need to finish these pictures.
They need.
I'll be done in
3
another
more
2 to 4 hours.
To
Get out.
properly.
Danny Dark Rooming was my favorite James Franco. God damn it, Sam! Did you get out of here? Anyway, are you guys bringing anything else? So he doesn't get it.
Nope. I don't know who any of those people are.
Do we have a weapon?
No. Hold on. No, we gotta get through this. Sam, are you making a Donnie Darko joke? Because if you are, it's not James Franco. It's Jake Gyllenhaal. Get it right.
That.
Oh.
Get ready.
And yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. Come on, buddy. It's not the same thing. One of them is a sex pest, and the other one is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Glad we could dig that one up in this.
Sorry, I'm not gonna argue with our comments. Literally fine. Okay, sure. Wow, so glad I don't live with you.
Do we have a weapon?
That's what I'm asking.
I'm sure there's a shovel lying around somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go grab a shovel.
Abe is not. Abe was not armed when this all, and he hasn't gone to seek out a dedicated weapon. But he does have a steel plate welded to the front of the truck.
Good. Like a cow catcher, or like just a.
Yeah. No, just a flat plate. Not being too fancy about it.
Well, I don't got weapons, but I got a set of golf clubs in the RV there. I was hoping to work on the game, but I think those might be better use as weapons.
Goes to get his golf clubs. I hide his camera.
Excellent.
Just take it around back and just toss it into a pile of crushed cars.
A few days later, Abe's like, "What is this doing in the car pile?" That's what comes.
There's a camera pile. Put it in the camera pile. It's clearly
I know
marked.
you did this, Danny. It says property of Danny Tanner all over it.
Label and all.
Yeah.
Like 4 labels, like on each side.
Yeah. So you can see from any angle, you know whose it is.
Oh god. Okay. So we're rolling on into town, or into the city, I guess.
Into the city.
This is not a crew
And-
cab, by the way. Not a crew cab. Three seat belts.
Is somebody
Ike's
riding
gonna sit in the
back of
bed.
truck now? Oh, okay.
He does that
And by
anyway.
sit, I mean he's taking a nap.
Taking it. Yeah, of course. All right. Well, I guess that leaves the three of us the cab there then.
Somebody's got to make sure the barrel doesn't roll off the back.
Well, exactly.
I like to
Don't worry, I'm
imagine
keeping an
Danny's
eye
in
on
the
it.
middle.
So you guys roll up into the city. The kind of it's very quiet, right? Since the unburial has happened, everything tends to be kind of quiet. The sun is, we'll say, rising over the cityscape, because you guys wanted to hit the road early to make sure that you had enough time to get there, get what you needed, get out, particularly before dark. Because somebody's got a generator and lights doesn't mean that city infrastructure still works. Because that requires people doing things. So you're driving in, sun's starting to rise above. There's kind of like, you see a few small columns of smoke, just over kind of a couple of various portions of the city. And I will say, so last time, sure, let's say, essentially on the last trip, Ike and Abe didn't really breach the city very far. Ike on a whim recommended you get off at not your usual exit. Maybe because, there was a particularly large car pileup that seemed a little bit treacherous to kind of go around or whatnot. But yes, you ended up finding Costco, just on kind of the outskirts of the city. And you picked up a generator and an RV, which I'm assuming Ike drove back following you in the truck. So that was the last trip. And I will let you kind of tell me what you want to do. Are you going to go back to a similar area, or do you want to kind of keep pushing further into the city?
Ike chooses.
I was gonna say I want to look for like are we on a highway? Is this
are.
like a freeway? Is
Yep.
there a service station anywhere nearby? It feels like a good place to start. There's usually gas at service stations.
Good question. You passed, we'll say, 2 service stations on the way. They both had very large signs, like plywood signs kind of nailed up on them that basically just said "No gas, go away."
That's the type of sign that makes me think there might be gas.
Yeah.
Like if you had gas and you didn't want people to know you had gas, wouldn't you say there's no gas here?
Okay.
Go away.
Ike's gonna make sure that we stop at both of those stations.
Okay. First station, there's nobody. You find effectively a large rot in the back room of the in the back room of the service station. It tries to like reach up towards you as whoever opens kind of the bathroom door, and notices it, but it doesn't move very fast, so someone is able to quickly kind of close the door and not worry about it. All of the fridges in here have been smashed. You find no food, no water or any other beverages or whatnot. And yeah, you find that the tanks, the buried tanks, are all tapped out. There's no gas here.
Do you think we could burn the rot?
Dude,
All right, next station.
Onward.
Ike, we're out here to find gas, not burn it.
And how are we
Sure.
getting there?
But that we have to do. We don't need to go lighting zombies on fire.
You get to the next service station. It's another small one, 4-pump, with a small service convenience store attached to it, basically. There are no lights on inside. As you pull up, you run over one of those tubes, which makes the bell kind of ding as the car drives over.
Ike's gonna wait for someone to come and service us.
Okay, Sam is trying to bait me in comments again by saying that James Franco was in Brokeback Mountain, and I really want to like I'm not gonna say
You
anything.
can't give in, man. You can't give in to him.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You know, Cody, you have full control over any NPCs in the story and what their names might be and what they might be like.
True. That's true. Suddenly you see a person streaking out of the convenience store. Hey, that's Julia, I believe.
Oh, hey.
Right. Who jumped in? I hope so.
Oh, you were trying to burn it for fuel. I thought you were just being
Mm.
vindictive.
Oh no, for fuel. We're looking for fuel here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I'm still
Hello,
not on
Julia.
board.
Welcome. Thank you
Hello.
for joining in. I should have warned you that my players are fans of war crimes. It's not something that comes up often, only when the opportunity presents itself in games.
Arson
And,
is a
well,
go-to.
you and I have provided a perfect platform for them, shall we say? That would be most players, yeah. Yeah. So as I said, you see a person come streaking out of the convenience store with a big sign painted on his chest that says, "My name is Sam Non," and he runs off into the forest and is never seen again.
All right,
Hey,
let's
like-
continue on into the city.
Wait, well, we don't know that there's no gas
Oh.
here yet.
All right,
Wait.
let's explore the station.
Cool. So you do find the pump. The pumps are working. Do they use electricity? I feel like this is a stupid question for me to ask.
I have no
I
idea.
believe they do.
Okay. Then there would need to be some other kind of way of getting the fuel about. So there'd have to be a hand pump.
Well, there's usually a
Into the-
reservoir with like
Yeah.
Well, that's
There's
what I
a way-
mean. So you would need a pump to like pull it up out of the tank.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm assuming people wouldn't be like dipping their barrels into the tank to fill up to take the gasoline out.
No, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I probably rigged something up to the winch on the truck to run like a siphon pump kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd say that probably makes sense. But yeah, so you end up needing to kind of locate the cap for the actual tank, which typically in a station like this is buried underground. You do find it. As you're starting to kind of take the lid off, you hear a very audible clicking, like a cocking of a gun, and turn around and find a shotgun barrel pointed at the back of your head. And you see
I will put down my shovel.
a slightly older woman, in her 40s. Kind of says, "Look, don't even think about stealing from me."
It wasn't. Didn't know you were here. I'll kind of put my hands up,
Well,
back
I
away a
am
bit.
now.
All right. With my, I'm assuming we're all together for this, like when this is happening. So
Mhm.
my hands up. It's like, hi, my name's Danny. I got my family over here. You know, obviously, we don't want to. Sorry, I should get your. Can I ask what your name is? Like,
No, you don't need to ask my name right now. All you really need to know is that the last person who tried to steal gas from me, I painted the inside of his head all over the ground over there. And she points, and you do see a very like brown smudge leading across the tarmac.
that is little
Look, we don't,
little
we don't, you
graphic.
don't need names in any of this because names just make it harder to, deal with the inevitable, which is that everybody's gonna die. Not right now. It doesn't have to be right now, but just eventually. So why make it harder?
Look, man. Obviously, we don't want any sort of trouble here. We're, you know, like all of us, we're just making our way in this very tough world. I'm making my way in this tough world too. I've come all the way here from San Francisco. It's a bit of a long way. I've had a whole,
Mhm.
uh, but my wife passed away some time ago. It's really tragic. I got me and my daughter here. She's, you know, it, you know, uh, Danielle. Funny enough, I was thinking, when she was before she was born, I was like, oh, we should, I have a gut feeling that it's, she's probably going to be a boy. It's going to be a boy, I think, but I was wrong, But I learn. I try to develop. I try not to guess or overestimate. But sorry, I'm rambling. I'm
At
just
that
gonna get
at
right
that
to the
moment,
point.
the streaker comes running back across the gas station and very clearly, loudly yells to all of you, "I don't know anything about movies. My name's Sam Nunn," and he runs into the forest on the other side.
Does
I,
she shoot him?
No, no, but she does
I
kind of look and then looks at you guys and is just like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just an idiot who passes through here from time to time."
mean, he seems like a friendly gent. I mean, would have said hi back, but he already went off. And anyway, um, look, we're just we don't want to take we don't want to steal a lot or anything. If we could just borrow maybe a
What?
little bit, uh,
Bro.
just like not. But if that's a problem, we could be on our way. But if you know someone else that happens to have gas, so if we could figure that out, that'd be great.
Um, she just kind of like looks at the group of you, realizes that none of you have guns, and it's just kind of like, "All right, look, maybe we can make a trade work or something here."
I love that idea. Actually, my usual deal, as you can see, we're not really equipped for stealing, more scavenging, but my usual deal is actually if you need anything fixed, fix it up, and then maybe we can take some gas.
Well, I do need something fixed, but I don't think you're the type who's going to be able to fix it.
Bold.
I need medicine.
Oh.
Probably go to an apothecary.
Not going to tell you why, or it's none of your business why I haven't gone to find it myself. But
you might have to tell us why you need medicine for us to be able to get you the right medicine.
I need antibiotics. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right.
I'll tell you which ones. You should build on that. I just need some penicillin. Somebody's got
You're
to go
not
find a
allergic to
drugstore
penicillin?
and get me some. No, I'm not allergic to penicillin. If I was, I wouldn't ask for it.
You've been tested? You know you're not allergic? Some people don't know.
Yes. Yes. Look, just give me the penicillin, and I'll let you fill up your drum there with some gas. I'll even maybe be able to give you a little bit of food from inside.
Sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
I'm really resisting the urge to make a character choice for Abe that he's like an alternative medicine guru as well. And is about to start making recommendations. I'm really, really fighting it.
That feels like Abe, though.
Yeah, it does.
How hard can it be to find a pharmacy in a city? I'm sure we can find something.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be at least one.
All right,
I
Ike's
mean,
gonna
we're
hop into bed again and tap the back. I'm blanking on the word with the shovel. Say, all right, let's get going.
All right. She looks at the group and is just like, so basically, if you do, just take the next exit. There's a pharmacy, not even a block along the way. They might have some medicine. I lived in this area before the Unburial happened. Okay, that's how I know it.
All right.
Okay, gang, let's get to it.
I get back in the truck.
I'll take us there.
As we're driving, I want to tap on the back window. Hey, Abe, did that feel vaguely ambushy to you?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I mean, it seemed like she was, I mean, a little threatening, yes. And there's that fellow there that was streaking across, but I don't think it was. I mean, aside from that, not too bad. I think.
Though if we deal
Maybe
with the ambush, we might have a little more leverage going back and just taking that gas. Because I wasn't gonna steal from a lonely person, but I mean, if she's trying to set us up, then my morals might flex a little bit.
Of course, Sam thinks the streaker guy seems chill AF. To be honest, we're pretty vibes. Sure, buddy.
Do I know the area well enough that I could, kind of take an unexpected approach, maybe, and scope things out?
So as you come off the highway, the pharmacy is a small. There's a row of buildings. Like I'm picturing it as basically like a decent, not a super dense, but a decently dense city block, where there are apartments up top, and there are businesses along the bottom, and the pharmacy is the corner business of the row. The row that you're looking at, he keeps making these stupid comments, and it's slightly pissing me off.
You gotta power through.
He's getting to me, guys.
If you want to close the chat, Cody, I'll tell you if there's anything you need to respond to.
Sure. Okay. So it's on the corner. Most of the businesses in this part seem to be like their front windows are smashed, the doors are pulled off. Some of the the businesses beside, there was like what looked to be some kind of a small hardware store, maybe a small grocer's. The uh the pharmacy has had its window smashed as well, but the awning is what kind of tells you that it's the pharmacy you're looking for.
My point, Larry.
What do you think?
I think you're missing a couple tools. Hardware store seems like a good place to start.
Yeah, I think that's
Get out
fair.
of the car, and it's quiet. You do hear, weirdly enough, a car alarm going off like far in the distance.
That's lucky.
Or somebody. Yeah, let's pop into the hardware store first.
Okay. It's pretty bare. I mean, again, it looks like it's been smashed and looted. A lot of, I mean, what would people grab for weapons first? Obviously, if there's any guns, which maybe there were in an American hardware store.
Shovels, pickaxe,
Shovels. Yep.
axes.
Picks. Yep.
Sledgehammers.
Yep. We'll maybe say there's still like maybe some axes. Maybe an axe head too.
What a folding chair, like a solid steel step ladder.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the step ladder.
Excellent.
I'm gonna look at the axes. I'm gonna turn to the group and be like, "Hey guys, can I ask you a question?"
Great.
Abe just kind of stares at him. Yeah, what's the question? I'm listening.
Oh,
I think his
Oh, well,
question was probably, could you assemble this for me?
yeah, I got the axe head, and I got I'm assuming the handle. This looks like the handle, unless it's like a table leg or something.
Yes, it's a very nice wooden, fairly hefty feeling axe handle.
What does Ike
Yeah,
discover?
See if there's a like a back storeroom, and if there's an entrance into like the alley behind the row of shops.
Yeah. You find the door into the storeroom area. Given that this is a kind of small business front section, it's quite cramped in the back.
Like there's a lot of stuff around, like useful supplies.
That would be lucky.
No, it's more
Water purifier.
no. It's been turned over. I mean, like a lot of the rest of the stores, there are a lot of boxes, empty boxes that have been kind of pulled down off the shelves into the aisles of the floor. It feels cramped because of the large amount of shelving for what was storing all of the material, right? I will say, why not? Since Ike is supposed to be the ridiculously lucky one, you kind of kick some of the boxes and you hear what sounds like metal clang, and as you lift the box, you find a crowbar.
Now that could come in handy.
Yep, keep going. There's a door to the back alley. As you are you going into the back alley?
I am. Yes.
Okay. You open the door to the back alley, and you immediately see a group of 3 rotting people huddled around a garbage can with a small fire that they've got going in it. From where you're sitting, you can kind of overhear them basically being like, I don't understand why we lit this fire. It's not like we can feel any of the warmth. I don't know. This is just a thing that we're supposed to do when you're homeless, I guess.
I will step back away from that door.
Okay.
And I will let the others know what I found. Good news, guys. Found a crowbar.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, I don't have many of those
also,
at the
there's
scrapyard.
Are they raw? Are they rots, did you say, or cadavers back there?
No, they're cadavers.
They're cadavers. There's also a few
still
cadavers out the back.
they're still bodies.
Did they do anything, or were they just what was happening back there?
Oh, they're having a fire.
Oh, any
Are they making
s'mores or?
s'mores?
Were they making s'mores? Did I
So
notice?
that's how you know those 2 are related. Danielle immediately like blushes and is just like, "Look, God."
Bring it over.
It's okay, kid. We'll go to the grocery store, see if we can find some marshmallows there.
Well, the front door has to be safer than that, right?
Be hard not to.
Uh,
I'm starting to get jealous of the cadavers because it sounds like they just, wander around, window shopping RVs, having campfires, like.
Yeah. It sounds like they're having a good time.
yeah, I gotta make them
We're
more
out here
dangerous.
working.
Anyway, I'm gonna say also, I don't know, one of you finds a mag light under one of the counters, I guess. I'll give you that. Cool. All right. Are we going to the pharmacy now?
To the pharmacy.
Carefully.
The pharmacy, you open the door and you hear a bell like behind the door ring as it opens. And you hear a voice from further back in basically say like, "Oh yes, do come in. Are you here to have your prescriptions refilled?"
Absolutely. We're looking for penicillin. I'm going to go in.
Great. You walk in. The person who's talking to you has his back turned and he's looking at the row of kind of pills along the back. Just like, "Oh yes, penicillin. Penicillin is what you're looking for." Okay. And he pulls down a bottle and is just like, "How much does your prescription say you need?"
The whole bottle.
A whole bottle. Well, you say that, but sadly, your current insurance plan will not allow you to take the whole bottle. I have to only give you a month's supply of it. He like pulls out a bottle from a drawer and like writes a label and slaps it on it, and you see him like start pouring the pills, and he just kind of keeps
Just
pouring.
eyeballs them.
It just keeps going, like they spill out of the top and like onto the floor.
Seems like that's a very generous pharmacist, I got to say.
Funny that he's just taking a verbal, like reading off your own
Kind
prescription.
of like
He's not
slaps the
even
lid
checking it.
on and like tries to like get just as I get older, they make these things so difficult for it or whatnot. And He turns around and he slaps the bottle on the counter, and you realize his entire lower jaw is gone and half of his head is rotted away.
Betty
And
likes
as he
that.
looks at the four of you, he's just kind of like, ah, can the four of you just stay right there for a minute? And he starts sidling towards a door to the back of the room.
Is he holding the penicillin or did he leave it on the
Pick up
counter?
pills.
He left it on the counter.
We should probably grab that.
No. How about you just look? I'm planning a very special dinner, and I would appreciate it if the four of you stayed here. And he turns and runs through the door at the back.
All right.
We gotta be faster than the dead guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should probably grab that and run.
Just swipe it and just get out of there.
Okay. As you run back out onto the street, you hear the kind of gambling sounds of bodies coming up from the alleyway.
When I saw them lunge for the pills, I just ran straight to start the truck.
Okay. You see the pharmacist come down the alleyway, and he's kind of like limping on a twisted ankle, and he's just like, no. What do humans like against steak? We have steak. We're gonna have steak for dinner. Come back.
Who's gonna get here first, him or them?
I don't know. Should we have a roll off to see what happens?
Ooh.
Let's do it. Who from your side is gonna roll?
Someone who's running.
I mean, I kind of figured we were all running.
Yeah, we're all
I'll
running.
roll.
I went
Let's
for the
go
truck.
with the lucky one.
Yeah, we'll let the lucky man.
Okay, Mike, what'd you roll?
What's my challenge?
Your challenge is, let's say, a 6.
I rolled a 4. But
I
you
can
know
help.
what that means.
Yeah, but like, do we get
I'm
a
gonna
plus
sacrifice.
because
No.
we're all helping by all running with him?
I can help, Mike.
All right, fine.
Can you pull the truck up closer to us?
Well, I was just gonna run the guy over.
Ooh.
Oh.
Smart.
Okay. You run him over, and the truck hits him, and you hear his shins effectively shatter as his body is thrown back, and you hear the bump of the tires as you kind of drive over top of him. But on his heels were the 3 other people. So after you run over him, and I'm assuming stop to let everybody else get in the truck, the 3 other zombies come down the alley and are reaching in through the window, trying to get at you, Abe. It's like, yes, steak. We like steak.
Are the others?
Come warm your bones in the alley with us.
Are the others in the car yet, or in the truck yet?
I hope
I'll
so,
say
yes.
yeah by this point.
Okay. I'm going to try to like rub them against a building to like scrape them off the side of my truck.
Okay. I'm gonna make
Maybe
that
like-
one.
Maybe like a street lamp or something.
Let's make this one a challenge 10.
Oh
Ooh.
boy. Okay. Well, I mean, I can't make that regardless, so I'm going to have to.
Oh, I'm
I'm
gonna
surprised you didn't
help
just
him by
roll the window
prying
up.
some guys off with my new crowbar.
Okay. Is this improvisation? Do I get my my +1? Oh, I do have. Oh, yeah. That's okay. It's a reroll.
Yeah, I'd say sure. We'll give you a +1 for that.
Okay. And Mike's helping, so I still cap out at an 8. Anyway, I'm gonna roll, and then I'm gonna see how much sack. Hey, I rolled a 6, so that gives me an 8. So I'm gonna sacrifice.
Mike would also get a +1 if he used his main method of survival to help.
I'm a luck survival. I don't get a +1. I get extra luck.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, what's my sacrifice? I mean, it's gotta be something to do with it. You know what? I get too close too quick to the side of the building and shear off my my steel plate on the front of the truck.
Oh no.
Oh,
And I better roll better than a 2 on this. It's another 6.
There you go.
nice.
Okay. Yeah, they scrape off. You do lose your steel plate on the front of the truck, and you're able to get away as you leave the 4 mangled bodies behind. And yeah, what's the plan now?
Go get our gas and I guess the food and water she promised us to. You get one of you got the pills, right?
Danny did.
Yep. I always be prepared. I've had times I had to rush out of pharmacy before.
As your truck pulls up, she steps out of the convenience store attached. Still holding like the shotgun just in front of her, but not like up and pointed. Just waiting.
All right. Well,
Take the
so that I'll get out of the car. I'll be like, you got the penicillin, ma'am. We got a whole bottle. Sure, it'll last a while. Never taken penicillin before, but I think this stuff should be good. I'm going to carefully just hand the bottle.
Gotta say, I'm happy to see you guys. Didn't know if you'd make it back. Obviously, just with everything with the world as it is today, it's hard to rely on other people. Thanks for this. I appreciate it. Name's Roz. Go ahead, fill what you need to, and I'll get some food gathered up for you inside.
Thank you, Roz. I gotta say that's a lovely name. Wasn't you seemed like a Roz, but anyways, yeah, we'll just get the gas and all.
You seem like the chatty type. Turns around
I
and walks
was.
back inside.
I'll fill up.
Yeah.
Cool. You do, and she comes back out with some plastic bags. She's got a large, like 18-liter bottle of water, and a couple of plastic bags, as I mentioned. She's got some chips, some more dried meat. Got some Slim Jims and shit. Maybe some Gatorade. A few bottles of Gatorade. Really, the only thing I can think of that's useful coming from a random gas station convenience store.
All right, Danny's gonna at least ask Rod, is like, hey, listen, if I may ask, would you happen to have those little this little license plate with like names on them? I don't know if you have anything like Danny or Danielle, like for me, my daughter, just like a little souvenir.
He says Danielle, but he spelt it Daniel on my birth certificate.
One sec. She goes back inside. She brings the whole like rotating stand of them out through the front door. Just kind of like, look, you saved my kids, so take as many of them as you want.
Ah, sweet. Guys, you want to come in and check, see if we can find your names? I can. Danielle, here's yours. I got. Yeah, there's Danny right there. I
Hit the
don't know.
one and scribble the M off.
Like, this is for you for your hard work, Abe. Yeah, there's an Abe. There you go.
Thanks, Danny.
Abe again. It's Gabe. The script, the GM.
Man, if only I had my camera here to capture this moment.
I might tell Roz that I'll like, if she's okay with it, I'll come by when I'm doing runs, see if she needs anything, and fill up again if
Appreciated. Don't go getting yourself dead.
Or undead.
You're right. I guess dead is better. Okay. So you guys head back unless anybody had any other stops to make.
Oh,
We got ships, drinks, and gas. I think we're all set to go back.
Excellent. You head back. Sun's starting to set by the time you get home and through the gate. And you settle down for the night. And the next, I don't know, week or two are pretty uneventful. And then at some point, one of you notices that a cadaver has kind of limped its way up to the fence line. And typically when they do that, they kind of check on the challenge of the obstacle in front of them. They'll bang at the fence a little bit. We try and lean against it and see. But typically after about a minute or two, they turn around and walk away when they realize they can't push past whatever it is. This cadaver seems to be standing there for a while. Doesn't go away.
Maybe it's alive. Hello there.
Ike, as you call out and you look at it, you realize you think it probably was once a woman, but her face has become very swollen and is like purple. From whatever the situation seems to have befallen her. She seems to be whispering, and you're too far to hear what she's saying. She's still on the other side of the fence, too. I will say that.
All right, I'll get closer.
Okay.
I'll go
As
with
you
him.
get
Make sure he's
closer,
not. Make sure he's not alone.
And as you get close enough and you hear her just saying, and as you get close enough, Abe recognizes that it's his sister.
No.
And that's where the session's gonna end.
How did she
What a
get all the
cliffhanger.
way over here?
So
Oh, twist.
that's a story for another day. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And trying another new game for us. Again, thank you to Julia for reaching out. And yes, there's a cat. We typically have cats on our stream, so come
Spaghetti.
back, please. There's Spaghetti. And yeah, again, thanks to Julia for reaching out. This was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. I'm also supposed to mention that she has another horror comedy module for Apocalypse Keys coming out on March 14th. It's called Sweet Dreams. You can find all her stuff over on the Calenmir's RPG website. Again, we'll put links somewhere, but we will. And they've got their own itch and drive-through page. Please go support them. This was fun. It's different. I know it felt fairly low stakes, but I hope it was still enjoyable.
I mean, I almost died, but
Yeah,
I
you did
guess.
almost die.
I mean...
It's living in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Otherwise, we've been Corporate Crash Course. You can find us at Corporate Crash Course on YouTube and Twitch. We're CCC RPGs on Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave it to my friends for a sec. Does anybody have any final comments or thoughts?
Well, make sure to take as many pictures on a trip.
Yes. Again, thank you, Julia. Glad we made you laugh. When the bar is that low, we always succeed. So, great. Again, thank you for hanging out. All right. Well, hearing no other comments, again, thank you for being here. And until next week, when we're probably going to go back to Ultraviolet Grasslands, but we will see. Maybe everybody will want to figure out what happened to Danny's wife, but we'll see. See what they make me do.
I want to find out if Danny really did murder her.
No spoilers until next time.
All right. Well, until next week, thanks everybody, and we'll see you later.